All right, welcome back. So our next guest has been a girl next door, a Playboy playmate, and Mrs. Hugh Hefner.
Crystal Hefner met the Playboy founder in 2008. She was 21 at the time, and then quickly became Hef's #1 girlfriend. They married in 2012 and were together until Hefner died 8 years later. So what was her time at the Playboy mansion like?
Well, you know, Crystal tells it like it is in her new memoir, Say Only Good Things, Surviving Playboy and Finding Myself. During that time, she saw a lot, and she's here with us now to talk all about it. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me.
Congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
So I want to ask, first of all, Only Say Good Things. Where did that title come from?
It came from a promise I made to Hef. When he was getting older, he put me on the board of his foundation and made me promise to only say good things about him when he passed away. And I kept that promise for 5 years, and the promise was killing me. So I decided to write the book and tell the truth.
When did you decide to speak up about what really happened?
With this book, I was quiet for about 5 years, going, in and out of therapy and realizing the place affected me more than I thought it did initially. And yeah, so I put it down in words, and I thought, maybe I can help other women with this book.
Were you scared? Because it takes a lot of courage to come forward and to share what you shared. Were you scared to put it out there?
I was a bit nervous. I didn't know how it would be received, but I also, I have nothing to lose. I'm finally free, so there's nothing that can be taken away from me at this point. So, it's time.
I mean, I ask anybody, and they would say, like, the Playboy Mansion was this legendary place. A lot of stories were told about it. But you, living there and being Hugh's wife, got a way different side of what reality was like. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah. So Playboy, it's supposed to be a place of freedom and, freedom of expression and freedom of everything. And for me personally, I felt the exact opposite. I felt very trapped while I was there.
In what way?
Just the way Hef controlled me. He was emotionally abusive. He controlled me down to what color shirt I would wear, what color my nails would be, the hair color, everything.
Even there was a curfew as well for all of you there?
Yeah, 6 p.m. for me.
6 p.m. And what would that mean? You would have to be back in the mansion at 6 p.m.
Sure. It was kind of disguised as a schedule. So movie night would start at 6 p.m. So I had to be back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
For movie night starting at 6.
Yeah.
Then the other days were a few hours later. But
so
go ahead.
When you first met him and you went home and you told your family what was going on, what was that reaction like?
At that time, I only had my mom. I lost my dad, but my mom thought it was cool. She said that she went to the Playboy Club in London, and so my mom thought it was cool. But now, after reading the book, she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize all of that went on there." Well,
it sounds like a lot of it you kept to yourself,
Yeah.
And now you're finally speaking your truth, which I applaud you for doing that. That's not easy to do. You also go into the idea that people in the house were getting sick, you mentioned, because of, deterioration, black mold issues inside the mansion?
Yeah, at first it's this beautiful place, but over time, things needed to be cleaned better, and then eventually there was black mold that we found everywhere, fungus growing. It was a $2 million remediation, and the place was falling apart.
Yeah.
And hidden cameras were there too?
Yeah, so there were there were cutouts in the wood above Hef's TVs, and I asked him about those. I said, "Oh, what are those circle cutouts?" He said, "Oh, we used to film." And
intimate acts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's appalling. By your guess, did you think any other of these women knew that they were being filmed as this was happening?
I think it happened less and less as I was there, and sex tapes started coming out.
Yeah.
Hef told me he had some thrown into the ocean when the Pam and Tommy tapes came out. So,
so that's
it scared him a bit. Yeah.
So one of the things, too, I know Hugh's ex-wife, Kimberly, she has blasted your book saying you're riding a wave of the headline relevance and just making a quick buck. How do you respond to that?
That's a great question. I've only met Kimberly once, and my other interactions with her have been the giant nude photos that were displayed in the library of her and all around the house. And I just thought, if this is an objectification, I don't know what it is. So that's what I think back to. So, and she was there at a different time, so maybe her time was much easier, but the mansion itself was a very hard place for me personally to be.
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean, you know, reliving all that in the book could not have been easy for what it's worth as well, I would have to imagine.
It was tough. Some of it I still can't read back, especially the end. So,
Well, thank you so much for writing it, and for, you know, getting your truth out there. There's a lot to be said about that. So thank you, Crystal. We appreciate you.
And Say Only Good Things, Surviving Playboy and Finding Myself is out now. We thank you once again, and we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back, everybody.
There's a lot to talk about. I know, so much to talk about in so little time. But,
I know.
yeah, but thank you.
Yeah.